I have only one thing to say. Screw Chronology. So, if you guys aren't aware, for whatever reason, they're giving away 30 quartz if you clear the prologue. What are you talking about? Kotatsu War? Okay. I don't think the Japanese servers did this. But obviously I'm participating. So, I've been working through Agartha on my own time. It's not as bad as people say. I'm on section 11 right now. Almost done. Like, I can see why people didn't like it, but it's not that bad. So anyway, yeah, there's 2 sections out so far. So I'm just gonna do those. Fairly separate videos. Maybe the same, I don't know how long they are. Prologue, December 26, 2019. I remember this was a huge deal back when it came out. But I already know what happened, so December 26, 2019. Horsey's completed her mission. I refused to switch to Gudo. She repaired every singularity, saving mankind from a dire existential threat. The Erasure system, which let her fight the destruction of proper human history, has been placed on lockdown as of this moment. The servants summoned to Chaldea have been released from their contracts. Their tasks complete. Save for Chaldea's acting director, Leonardo da Vinci, every Chaldean servant is gone. Vanished from the face of the earth. Wow, even Mashu too? That sure does suck. Because she's like a damn, I get it, it's funny. Oh, fo. I alive. It's morning. Fo. Oh yeah, so Christmas is over. Yep. The Christmas event was extremely good, by the way. It's probably my favorite event. CCC doesn't count. Fo. Oh, a visitor? Wait, you have a doorbell? That's weird. Pardon the intrusion, Master Horsey. Oh, you're already awake. Good morning, Senpai. Must have been exhausted after all that Christmas cleanup. I'm glad Acting Director Da Vinci gave everyone today off. After we all went a little wild last night. It's hard to believe it's been a whole year since we completed the Grand Order and prevented the incineration of humanity. Yesterday may have been our last opportunity to eat with the staff we've come to know so well. But we shouldn't be able to be so sad about that. They all have great jobs waiting for them at their next employers. I was also told that you'll first be going back to your family's home, Senpai. What? We have a family? Do you, know what you'll be doing after that? I get such a huge paycheck that I'm at a total loss. Oh yeah, you finally got paid for all your hard work. As I recall, Da Vinci was grumbling about that. I tried lowball it so it wouldn't look like us playing favorites, but no matter how you earn the numbers, this is what she's earned. Still, I can't help but wonder if she's really after handling all this money at such a young age. Oh well, I suppose I can always hold on to it for her if push comes to shove. Much better than letting King David get his hands on it. I leave David alone. Fo! Vinci said that last bit under her breath so quietly could barely hear her, but she's right, of course. You earned every penny of it. And we only saved the world like 11 times. So please feel free to use it however you like. That said, if I might offer a suggestion, it'd be to keep it in a savings account. Now obviously you invested in low risk, low return, I don't know, finances. That way you'll be able to handle any unforeseen expenses. Fo! But I digress. So you don't yet know what you'll be doing next, huh, Senpai? As for me, I want to stay at Chaldea for just a little while longer after everyone else leaves. All of our medical data may be safely backed up, but we still have to finish dismantling Chaldea's summoning system, so... Fo! Shut up, Fo, you're not supposed to be intelligent anymore. Fo? What was that all about? He just ran off down the hallway all of a sudden. I better go look for him, to make sure he doesn't interfere with everyone else packing. Please, you just relax, Senpai. I'll see you again tonight at the farewell party. Yeah, I've been meaning to slightly turn up the volume on OBS. That should do it. Well, I guess I'll be saying goodbye to this room soon. How do you say that? Epilepsy? Epilepsies? That way's just fine. Maybe I'll take a walk around. Wow, look at these characters. I actually don't recognize them. I know that some of the staff get sprites from here on out. There's only one that I don't recognize. Did you hear the news? They say the inspectors for the inquiry board are already at the foot of the mountain. I know one of them actually got named in Nagai, though. I'm imagining, I forget the name, but maybe if I see it, I'll recognize it. Apparently, they'll be coming up here by helicopter once the blizzard dies down. Soon we'll have a new director appointed by the Majors Association, along with 50 of their flunkies. Saying it's an investigation sanctioned by the UN sounds nice. Let's not kid ourselves about what this is. Just a hostile takeover. All this time, the higher-ups at the association have written off Chaldea as just another observatory. But the moment they see its value, they swoop in to milk it for all it's worth. Maybe it's weird for me to be upset about this, but I feel sorry for Olga Marie. Why would you be sorry for someone who died? Well, is in a constant state of dying forever? I think that's how it works. Should never have wanted things to turn out this way. Well, that's a surprise. Couldn't stand her back when she was alive. I mean, sure, I remember how she used to yell about anything and everything, plus she was, well, incompetent, messed up all the time. But still, when I think back on it, can't help but be impressed at how well she did despite all that. Honestly, we should have been more considerate of her circumstances. Even if she was the daughter of a lord family, she was still just a girl fresh out of school who'd recently lost her father. I guess. We just have to set that sort of thing aside when we take on a position of power, right? As the heir to that animal spears, she should have had that stuff completely covered, no matter what her age or how recent her dad's death was. I'm still waiting for a summonable Olga Marie, I guess. To be brutally honest, she should never have taken over as director in the first place. She clung to the authority it gave her anyway. Look where that got us. Chaldea was nearly obliterated. We had to beg the Majors Association for help to rebuild it. So it sucks, but if we want Chaldea to keep going, we have to let this new director take over. And if Olga Marie was still here, you can bet she'd be the first in line to hand over the responsibility. Seeing as the alternative is having it shut down for good. Hey there. Oh, hey there, candidate Horsey. Taking a walk around Chaldea. Enjoy it while you can. This is probably your last chance for a peaceful walk and fond memories here. Once the investigation gets going, there'll be a scary security guards walking around like they own the place. You know, maybe I should take a page from your book and go for a walk myself. This might be the last chance I'll get to go wherever I want around here without a security. I feel like I messed up that sentence. Well, we did fine. So you're staying here, Dustin? Dustin? What a normal name. Oh yeah, you're just an ordinary engineer, weren't you? Well, excuse me for being ordinary. This is why I hate talking with you upstart mage jerks. An ordinary engineer? Sure, not everyone who works for Chaldea is a mage. What do they say you do? Oh, well, here it is. I used to study cosmic rays as a run-of-the-mill physicist before I came here. Yeah, Anime Spears, the astrology, director, well, was, right? It's the last director, Marisbury, who offered me a job here. At the time I was struggling just to get by. Guessing he wanted me for my experience with particle accelerators. First I thought he was full of stuff, pardon my French. But eventually his earnestness and passion won me over. Before I knew it, I found myself out here in the middle of nowhere. That was 15 years ago. As far as I'm concerned, this place is my home now. That's all. Headed to London myself. So did he only find out magic is real 3 years ago? Or like 15 years ago? That's a valid question. Probably 3 years ago. Headed to London myself. One of the clock tower factions liked what they saw and made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Like literally or like a lot of money. I wouldn't doubt either from, majors. But hey, if they start talking about making a new Chaldeas there, maybe I'll give you a call. We're not kids anymore, right? Nothing wrong with selling your hard-earned expertise to the highest bidder in this day and age. That's just like you, Sylvia. A relatively normal name. I don't know what, like, language slash country that's a name, but in some country that's a normal name, I think. You always were a real piece of work, but I appreciate your consideration, at least as close as you can get. While you're here, candidate Horsey, and second thought, let me just call you Horsey. The inspectors are going to have some questions for you, seeing as you're one of the master candidates. The Majors Association people are about 10 times more calculating and devious than Sylvia here. I don't think you'll be in any danger as long as Da Vinci's around, but watch out all the same. No matter how horrible they are to you, you can't lose your temper with them. Like they say, the only way to win is not to play. Just smile and nod, try not to let them get to you. Don't worry, just play the goody two-shoes act and they'll run out of nits to pick soon enough. They'll be out there in no time. Out of there in no time. I agree with that. Besides, you didn't do anything wrong, Horsey. If push comes to shove, we'll vouch for that ourselves. Given the circumstances, you took the best course of action possible, did everything you could. What, everything I could? Save the world? Well, twice. We can all attest to that, so don't be afraid to hold your head high and tell them. Yeah, I'm Horsey, Master of Chaldea and Savior of Humanity. What do you want? Oh hey, if it isn't Horsey. Hello, I'd like to, give a servant XP. The background. How come you're not with Machu? This year's only a few days left in it, you know? This year's only got a few days, sorry. If I were you, I'd want to make sure I had as many happy memories as possible together with her before I left. None of your beeswax. Just wanted to say my last goodbye to you. Oh, thanks for that. Too bad about the whole last part, though. Well, never mind that. Still have to finish writing this report. Got some last minute things I need to take care of before tomorrow, you see? Anyway, you have questions, right? And if I keep writing while I answer you? Fine with me. Great. No need to bother telling me what they are. Da Vinci knows what's up. AKA, they don't feel like making dialogue boxes, like choice boxes. The new director who will be here soon, the pending investigation, is going to happen to Chaldea. So how about we review everything that's happened so far? Exposition. In the year 2017, Chaldea detected an abnormality in Chaldea's simulation of the world as though it be 100 years in the future. The light of civilization had gone missing from Chaldea's, ready to observe the end of humanity. We hypothesized the source of the abnormality lay in 2004 in Fuyuki. We were going to send Team A, which Mashu was a member, there on an experimental airshift. Pardon me if I paraphrase a little. Fortunately, the entire team was incapacitated in an act of sabotage, so were the other masters. That's Chaldea down 47 masters in a single stroke. But then there is you, Horsey, the 48th master. You're just a commoner selected to fill a quota, but you shifted successfully. And so, as humanity's last master, the mission of preventing mankind's extermination fell to you. That began the Grand Order, our mission to restore humanity. Chaldea went on to pick 7 singularities before finding this final singularity. There, they defeated the King of Mages, the one behind the incineration of humanity, succeeded at repairing the foundation of human history. That's right, you're the one who officially completed the Order, to took back the world for mankind, the very world you're standing on right now. But your incredible, legendary adventure has come to an end. It's time to return to reality. Frankly, it's time to pass the torch. We've lost 80% of our staff, and we simply can't continue operating as matters stand. So, we're getting an influx of new staff from the outside. The formalities were finished about a month ago. They just finished choosing the new staff last week. Which means they've now begun discussing what to do about us for almost a year. The staff is practically knocking on our doorstep as we speak. In a few days, Chaldea will officially be under new management. A new Chaldea. That's right. We'll have a new director chosen by the Mages Association itself, along with the staff he personally trained. The new director is Wardolph Music. They had an E to his name. He's the heir to a fairly well-known family in the Magecraft world. Unfolding spent pretty much everything he had to snag Chaldea and all of its benefits. I don't remember if we knew his last name at the time or not, so I'm going to refrain from commenting until we see him. He probably did that as a show of power, to let everyone know that Chaldea is now exclusively under music family control. The proceedings are already underway. Looks like most of our current staff are being let go. Well, that's not the problem. you'll still be you, even if they kick you out of Chaldea for good. Yeah, that's the whole theme of Part 1. Problem is the UN inspectors who will be coming along with them. Grand Order or not, there's no denying Chaldea broke a whole mess of regulations. Changing personnel without clearing it with the Majors Association, disclosing highly classified information to low-level personnel, overusing servant summons, which are supposed to wait, was I not supposed to use the courts? Which are supposed to be limited to up to 7 servants, conducting gray shifts without UN authorization. As far as they're concerned, these are all just major crimes. Even though we were fighting to protect humanity? Exactly, not a single one of us did anything for our own personal benefit. Couldn't even if we wanted to, in fact, seeing as we were the only humans left in the entire world. But unfortunately, that means less than nothing to them. Sure, they could see what we were fighting against in the data. The year-long global blank, the traces of singularities left behind on Shiba. Unbelievable as the incineration of humanity might be, the Association had to admit that it really did happen. But for them, the data is just that, data. All they had to say in response was, so what? As far as they're concerned, the world ended while they were sleeping. By the time they woke up, it's all back to normal. The only thing they can see is the scores of the dead, the valuable master candidates who were injured, and the litany of rules Chaldea broke while that was going on. So this investigation is taking place to determine if these acts were deliberate. In the eyes of the Association, the staff of Chaldea is nothing more than a band of criminals. Of course, that's why I'm writing all these reports, to prove that this is just a big misunderstanding. Since data is all they've got to work with, data is how we're going to cover our butts, pardon my French. Once I prove that everything Chaldea did was in order to preserve humanity, not to betray it, may work here finally be done. Might work here, sorry. And the weight of everything he stuck with me will finally be off my shoulders, including you, Horsey. So that's why she's sticking around. Oh, there's one more serious issue you should be aware of, especially since it concerns you directly. So what's Da Vinci gonna do after this is all over? Go to Hawaii? The blast in the command room left all 47 of those masters with horrific injuries. With them all near death, we cryogenically froze them in their coffins. We've been slowly thawing them out, one by one, over the past year. Not only the 7 to 8 Team A masters whose coffins were still activating when the blast went off, again the entire team save for Mashu, remain in cryo storage. It's a good bit harder to thaw and revive them, you see, so we kept putting it off until they're in perfect condition. But once this investigation gets underway, we should finally be able to revive them thanks to new staff who specialize in healing spells. And I'm guessing that once that happens, some of these Team A masters are going to take over as the new masters of Chaldea. And Fake Grand Order 2 will come out. You get to play as Pepe Pepperoni. That's his name. The new that's an actual, well, no, that's not an actual person's name. Close enough. The new director has been saying he won't need you anymore, that you'll be relieved of your position within the year. Because he's already got his eyes on other masters he trusts from distinguished mage families. Anyway, I know this is a lot to deal with, but don't worry, we'll take care of everything. I haven't even spent the last 6 months preparing for this day for nothing. I believe you meant we, Leonardo da Vinci. Yes, so Holmes. He's not a Chaldean servant, so... After all, I am the one who did most of the work investigating the Association's movements, anonymizing the spirit origin graph, dismissing the servants. Not that it was especially onerous for me as well. Of course. Huh, Holmes? People who didn't do Shinjuku have no idea what's going on. Because Epic of Remnant's optional. Ah yes, precisely the sort of reaction I was hoping for. That makes all the time I spent hiding in the shadows worthwhile. Well, you have to let someone, even her, know you're a hero, Holmes. Sorry about that, Horsey. The fact that Holmes is here is the toppest of top secrets. I've not so much as included his name in any of my reports to the Association. As far as they know, Sherlock Holmes was never among the heroic spirits summoned to Chaldea. I mean to keep it that way. I guess you could call this a kind of insurance policy, just in case everything goes south. South? Indeed. In the event that we face an enemy we cannot see, we will need an ally the enemy cannot see in turn. Hence our extreme caution. Of course I'm no fighter. Should things turn violent, I won't hesitate to retreat to the workshop. What about your Buretsu? Puretsu is strictly for self-defense. If armed assailants were to attack, I'd only be able to protect myself. Well, easy there. Things may get heated, but they're not going to turn violent. The main reason I had Holmes stay behind was to help with something I've been working on. You see, Holmes is an even more skilled scientist and mage than his stories let on. So I figured you'd be the perfect choice to help me with a little something I've been building. A briefcase. Look at this, just an ordinary briefcase, right? But its contents are more valuable than all the treasures in this world combined. I think I know what's in it. Well, what it is, rather. We still haven't finished moving everything around, so I can't take it out just yet, but it should be done in another 5 days. My calculations are correct, and they always are. It'll be done before we have to leave Chaldea. I'll tell you what it is then. I most heartily concur. Now then, I think I should return to the workshop. And don't worry. If a time comes when you're in prison, that is when I shall reveal my most secret technique. Transform into Dante's? It's like Super Puretsu? Oh come on, he was obviously talking about lockpicking. Any decent detective is an expert with lockpicks. Is that true? Okay, I was about to say, we're still going? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure 2 sudden characters show up next time. Maybe a 3rd, I'm not sure. Anyways, 20 minutes is good enough to call it. So thanks for watching, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!